What do you call a gay North Korean? In hi ding. What do you call a South Korean gay guy? Chow Won Dong. Ah, fucking. I once had to escape from Iraq. Do you want to know how I did it? Iran. There is a French football team that's suffered 137 consecutive losses. Maybe they're bad, maybe they were just born to lose. So, you know in American schools how they've got those bleachers that like slide into the wall? Well, like, I went to a posh English school and I always felt a kinship with them because we had a shooting range. An Irish guy is going fishing, and instead of using a worm, he uses a piece of beef, and he like casts out his line and reels it back in, and he notices he's pulled in a piece of ambergris, and he's like, whale oil beef hooked. Why did the Scotsman wear a kilt? So that when he seen the Irishman, it was easier for him to kiss his ass. Why did the Irishman wear a kilt? So that when he saw the Scotsman, it was easier for him to shit himself. Why did the Englishman wear a kilt? Well, while the Scotsman and the Irishman were busy kissing each other's asses and playing with shit, I was fucking both of their wives. I saw a guy enter the Ukraine very rapidly. I was like, ooh, is he Russian? A Russian man goes into the black market and the guy says to him, ah, yes, hello, my friend, what are you after today? I have RPGs, sarin gas, all the heroin you can inject, what could you want? The Russian guy says, I'm looking for a slave. I have a project and I don't want to get my hands dirty. And the guy goes, yes, well, this one is Chinese. He's small, he's compact, he doesn't eat much and is very dexterous with his fingers. Good at math. And the Russian said, no, 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 I don't like the food, it smells. What else have you got? Well, this one is very rare. We all know that black people have the best muscle density, yes, so this one is strong like a black person, but he is white, like Caucasian. You will buy? I'll buy. No, he will burn in the sun. What's the worst part about being a black Jew? You're part of a sinister cabal that runs the world, but you still have to sell crack to make money. That and ashy skin. So a Bosnian guy and a Japanese guy were talking about like priorities in life, and the Japanese guy says, my first priority is to Japan, my next priority is towards my job, and then my next priority is towards my family. And the Bosnian guy says, it's kind of weird, mine goes the other way. First I prioritize my family, then I prioritize my job, and then I prioritize Japan. What game do African fish play? Tuna Jenga. That one works better if you know Kiswahili. I'll teach you some right now. So the Kiswahili word for meerkat is Timon, and the Kiswahili word for warthog is Pumba. So the Lion King was actually very lazy in naming their characters, and painfully unaware that 30 odd years later men would be ejaculating into their hands and wiping it on their girlfriend's forehead. Simba. So in Wales, they've got this thing called Mari Llwyd, who is a horse skeleton who comes to visit you at Christmas. And he asks to come inside 3 times, and each time you've got to tell him no, and then he moves on to the next house. Up until he gets to my house, where he says, can I come? Yes! Get in here, skeleton boy, give me that bone. So a very vague, nondescript man walks into a London cafe, and like you can't tell a lot about him. Like he looks old, but he's really sprightly and youthful in his movements. He could be a really tan English guy, he could be some kind of Spaniard, or he could possibly be Persian. He might even be some half and half from here and there. You don't really know unless you ask him. But he comes into this cafe and he sits down. He says, Shalom, Habari Wagwan. How's it going, man? Do you have the jaffle? And the waiter looks down to him and says, what the fuck is a jaffle? No, we don't have any fucking jaffles. Well, it's just what's on the menu. And this guy's language isn't English first, so he's struggling to think of the thing that he wants. Le croque monsieur? Nah, mate, stop fucking speaking gibberish. What the fuck do you want? Un leche quesadilla. Mate, if you don't start speaking English, I am going to slap the shit out of you and throw you out of this cafe, alright? I die. He's getting a bit fucking aggy because he's just trying to order food and this guy's giving him jip. You take a de grain. Yes, de grain. You grow, you take, you grind. Then you add the yeast, you add the water, you make a bread. You the bread. And then you take a cow, you take a TT and go add a citric acid and a boil, leave, and you get yellow block. You take yellow block, you take a bread, you put together fire. And it comes out. It's a stretchy, yes. And then the waiter looks down to him and says, "Why didn't you just say you wanted a cheese toastie, you stupid cunt?" That's less of a joke and more of a scathing indictment of how I view society, because this guy knows like 80 different words for cheese toasty, but because he doesn't know English, he's a stupid cunt. What do you call a Mexican guy who's made the transition to becoming a woman? A chica? No. That one sounds bad until you learn that Chicano is actually a racial identity, and a correctly gendered one at that. If it was a Mexican woman becoming a Mexican man, she would be a chica. Nah. But yeah, you've got like Chicano, Latino, Latinx. Just fucking call them the help. I wish I had enough money to pay for a Mexican maid, because, like, where do you think spick and span comes from? They're very clean people. Yeah, so that's the end of the racist jokes for now. I've got that one that's going to be dropped on the Netflix special. If I've missed your country, feel free to drop it below and I'll think of some jokes about you. And if you've got any good jokes about the English, feel free to drop them as well. Although, if you're going to be like, "Oh, bottle of water, it's Tuesday, innit?" you might as well just go fuck yourself.